Ahoy! You are listening to
Glass Half Full.
I'm Mulla, the sensible twin.
And I'm Laura, the funnier, prettier, braver, smarter, more...
Okay, we get it. Anyway, welcome to our podcast, where we chat over a hot beverage
or cold, it's completely your choice.
About bits and bobs that help us feel more positive.
And don't forget humor. We are very, very funny as well.
Yes, anywho, hope you enjoy.
Yes, hope you enjoy. We're so funny, like really funny.
Hello and welcome to our new episode. Laura, how
Yes.
are you?
I'm good because the weather has been lovely this weekend.
Indeed.
We have managed a nice walk today in Forvey Nature Reserve near Ellen, where we live in Aberdeenshire, Scotland, and also yesterday. And you know what? It makes all the difference when the sun is shining and you get outside and it's fresh air.
And you spend your time in good company, like
Absolutely.
just chatting, you know. So what are you opening up with?
I have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
And depending on when you hear this,
Yeah.
you would have seen a TikTok. So that was purely for the TikTok. I don't drink.
Yeah, Laura is taking one for the team.
Yeah.
now.
Otherwise, it's wasted.
Yeah.
Absolutely wasted. What are you drinking?
The kind of my old favorite drink, Pepsi Max, mango flavored Pepsi Max.
Yeah. Veering away from your cherry Coke.
Never. That's my first love.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I like trying new things as well.
Wow, so adventurous.
Because how else would you find out if you like something if you don't try it?
Absolutely, very spot on. Yes.
Yeah.
We don't have any shoutouts at the moment. We just genuinely have reached this moment in time where we have forgotten to dig deep. But we're hoping that our podcast guest of the month will have some shoutouts. So then we'll have shoutouts. Boop, boop.
Yeah. There's no poetic reason for us not giving any shoutouts, but we just...
Didn't have money. Didn't think that far ahead.
Yep. It just slipped our mind.
Yeah.
Oh well, bygones.
Bygones.
You're gonna learn about Estonia now. Boop boop. Hello, and we're back. And this part is all about Estonia.
Yeah.
So in March, we have a few special days in our calendar. So that's what I'm gonna talk about.
Ooh.
Yeah, first one is Naistepäev, aka Women's Day.
Power to the women.
Woman! 8th of March is International Women's Day, and it is celebrated in Estonia too. On this day, many Estonian women, who by the way make up more than 50% of Estonian population, receive flowers and chocolates from the men in their life. That could be both in personal life and in professional life. Although for Estonian women, it does sort of bring back memories of the Soviet occupation, as it used to be quite a big celebration back then.
Oh yeah.
And some are less aware of the actual like international significance of this day. So you know, it's however every individual woman takes it. Like, yeah.
You're gonna mention what in the Soviet times women got as presents.
Yeah, tights, I think.
Yeah, and they were really brown back in the day.
And they were hard to come by.
Yeah. So
they were like a luxury item.
Aye, for sure. And coronations? Would you say?
Carnations?
Nelk?
Yeah.
Yeah? No, it's not coronation.
It's like yellow.
No, it's red flowers, but not roses.
All right, yeah.
What are they called in English?
To be
confirmed.
Confirmed, yes.
But anyway.
So a second day I would like to introduce is
our birthday. All of Estonia celebrates it.
Emakeelepäev.
Okay, fine.
Day of our mother tongue, or also maybe mother language day. I'm not sure which is more appropriate to translate it into. It is a day that we celebrate our own lovely language, and the fact that actually has survived, even though it's like there's just over 1 million speakers of that language.
Aye.
There's numerous events happening to celebrate this day, mostly in schools and cultural establishments, and there's like concerts and competitions, I'd say.
Yeah.
Then there's also a little bit of like a sombre day in Estonian calendar in March. It's the Day of Remembrance for deportation victims.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so on 25th of March 1949, nearly 3%, so that was about 20,000 people of the Estonian population were seized in a few days and dispatched to remote areas of Siberia by the Soviets. And this was actually the second mass deportation of our nation.
When was the first one?
41, I think.
1941?
Yep. In June or July, in summertime. But you know, like that was kind of to try and destroy Estonian nation. But we survived, so you know, suck it.
Suck it, we're still here.
On that day, Mom has said that they have put like loads of candles in one of our main squares, and it's a very like pretty moment. Or
sad and
sad,
also tragic, very tragic, but
yeah. And or balloons, like blue balloons, I think they will let them.
She mentioned that. I didn't know that myself, to be honest. I don't think they did that when we still lived in Estonia.
Yeah, no, I've not come across it myself, but yeah.
Yeah.
And last but not least,
our birthday.
There is the day of the birth of two very unique, lovely, smart, delightful, awesome twin girls. Laura.
Yes, me.
That's the correct Estonian pronunciation, by the way. And Ulla. That's yours truly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thanks for spoiling the last bit. Thanks. But
I really wanted to make sure that we have mentioned that.
So, in my opinion, it's, if not the most important day in March, then quite high up there.
Very high up. Fair few people know it.
We won't give you the exact date to avoid you feeling bad if you miss it.
Inadequate. Yeah.
But congratulations are always welcome.
I take money.
Yeah.
No gift cards because it was such a palaver with the Christmas gift cards.
Was there?
Yes. Anyway, it's for
another time.
Another time. That's very very interesting facts, especially the last one.
Right. Yeah. I think everyone is wiser now.
Offload. Minute. Right, let's get ranting. And
my pleasure.
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Yes, I will go first. Are you ready with your stopwatch timer thingy?
I am. And the 3, and the 2, and the 1, go.
Potholes.
Spelling?
Near where I live, the potholes come with a bit of road attached to them, if I'm lucky. You know. If you get my drift. It's Pothole Central, Grand Pothole Station. Most likely caused, they most likely caused my car to fail my MOT in the beginning of the year. The springs got knackered, mostly due to the potholes. There's a joke. What did one pothole say to another? I am really deep. Aren't I? Lol. And there's another one.
10 seconds.
Why did the pothole get an award? It was recognized for its outstanding depth.
Okay. 3, 2,
potholes.
1. Dismiss.
So I don't know if you realized I was ranting about potholes.
Yeah, potholes are the worst. They are very annoying near where you are, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's, understandably gripe.
Yeah, I feel like I need to get some gravel from somewhere and go and fill them out myself.
Yeah. Also, when you said, if you catch my drift, I wanted to put a really funny joke in there that drifting is one thing you can't do in a car at your street because of the potholes.
Tokyo drift.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
It's a minute, isn't it?
It is a minute.
I put the timer.
Minute. It's in the name.
It's what Says on the can.
What did you put?
10 minutes.
Okay, here goes. Strap yourself in, laddie.
You're ready?
Uh-huh.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, go.
Cold lung. So I had COVID in the beginning of January, and it affected my lungs massively. I had like fire lungs. My lungs were on fire. And then since then, and it's now 25th of February when we record this, I still have recurring like lung issues, which I can only describe as that my lungs are not on fire, but like smoldering coal. So it's like uncomfortable, and it flares up every time I have like, I don't know, like a more busier day at work or have had to like speak to a group or something, and it's very annoying. And then a couple of weeks ago I had some other ailments on top of that. Then I had a horrible headache because of the temperature change or like, you know, the pressure change. So basically I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Yes. So
10 seconds.
That's my gripe. Just go away, cold lung. I want to get better now. It's long COVID, by the way, so it won't get that quickly away.
2,
3,
1.
And what do we say now?
Rant
over. Guest of the month.
Who is it?
I do not know.
Tell me who is it?
I don't know who it is, but shall we find out?
Okay.
So hello everyone, and while Marija drinks water, I can introduce you our this month's podcast guest, Marija, who is also known as Trash Panda, apparently.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. And we met Marija about 1 million years ago here in Aberdeen, and we shared a flat with her. That was so fun. But now we are not in the same country at all. Marija, where are you tuning in from?
From my motherland, Latvia, which is next to your motherland.
Which
10 points go to Latvia.
Yay! Ding, 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 ding.
So
that is a little bit of an Eurovision joke.
Yes.
Which we used to watch a lot.
Yes.
Still do.
Well, not together, but we used to watch a lot. We had like events.
That's true.
And it comes up next month in May when you hear it. No, wait. No, it will come up soon. It will come up soon.
There's March and April as well, Laura.
Eurovision
is in May.
Yes. So without further ado, I'll ask Marija the very first question, which is, who are you? What do you do? What do you want to speak about yourself? So the floor is yours.
I am definitely not an alien. No matter what anyone tells you, I am not an alien. I'm definitely human. That's
nice.
Yeah. What
That's
am
good.
I, to be honest? Yeah, please remember that. But in all seriousness, what happens is that I like too much of research. So I research too much on things, and I don't think I know anything anyways. And then I have way too many hobbies for my own good.
Such as?
Interesting.
Oh, so there's a lot of sports. And then recently I decided to buy a lot of moss and glue it to like little pots.
What? Interesting.
Yeah. It's like a weird moss art thing. I also like wood burning. What else is there?
Oh.
I have a kalimba, if you guys know what it is, like a tiny little musical instrument, like basically like finger piano, and you go ding 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 ding.
No, never heard of that. Must look up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why can't we hear some of your songs on it? That would be so good for our podcast.
I thought about it, but then I thought, when I have to do a musical performance, obviously I forget everything.
Fair.
And all of my fingers turn into all left fingers. No offense to left fingers, any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a really weird, and I have no idea how that happened, but it took me about 4 years to get my driver's license.
Well,
Woohoo!
So it's basically getting a bachelor's degree. So, but now I am the best. No, I'm not, but I'm pretty awesome.
you are the best at driving.
Yes. And the reason, well, one of the reasons was because of COVID.
Oh,
I see.
Yeah.
Didn't
I
want to
mean,
be on public transport.
no. It wasn't because it wasn't the reason for me to get the license. It took so long because COVID took away like maybe a year and a half
Yeah.
from all of them. So we couldn't
absolutely fair.
really, we couldn't learn, we couldn't do anything. We couldn't go to class, we couldn't just do anything. So that was fun. Yeah, what else
And-
would you know?
Well, you do is it aerial yoga?
Aerobics?
It's aerial silks. So
Silks,
aerial yoga is done on aerial hammocks, which are typically hung pretty low, like maybe 2 meters. Some like basically any apartment, any house, you can hang the hammock, and then you can do whatever it is. With aerial silks, I mean, you can also do maybe 2, 3 meters, but it's pointless, I'd say. So mine hangs from like 5 to 6 meters.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it doesn't really have much support unless you kind of tie yourself in and do all kinds of security things in there.
Yeah.
But
Very
yeah,
interesting.
I used to train people as well back in the day. Now I just have my own little, it's not my gym. I'm located in a gym and I just do it whenever I want to and want to have fun and whatever is a practice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And did you say that you're about your work as well? Because are we allowed to mention what? It's not like a GDPR privacy issue.
Yes, I mean, of course, you can tell everyone that I work in a black market as a guard.
If that was
Sure.
true.
Look,
We will spread that.
I once had to basically a relative of mine was hit on by some dude, and she didn't like him at all because he was like half drunk, whatever. And for some reason, she wasn't assertive enough to tell him no, to kind of like, please leave kindly. So I had to tell him that there was something wrong with him because there was like a weird patch on his skin. And then he asked, like, how do you know? Are you a doctor? And I said, well, I work with cadavers. I'm a mortician.
Right.
He believed me. And he promptly left.
Yay, great success and no feelings were hurt.
Yeah. But yes, of course you can ask me about my job, the real one, not all of my made up jobs.
So what is it? What do you do?
Yes.
I'm a Scrum Master and I do a lot of business analysis and research stuff. Scrum Master is a glorified babysitter for software developers. I also kind of organize their workload, their work processes, and tell them how to write tasks properly. Because what they do is they say, I'm gonna remember. And then they don't record anything. And then they come back to it and they're like, and then we don't remember anything and nothing happens.
And you do it for a crypto.
Yeah, it's a crypto startup. Basically, what the crypto startup does is looks for different investment opportunities, different trading strategies, different ways to even sort of integrate daily payments with crypto. So a lot of people kind of choose to use crypto money instead of real money, so to speak.
Yeah.
Depends on a country because some countries, like I think it was Iran, I don't want to lie right now, but like their currency is so volatile that for some of them it's just easier to use certain stable coins, which is like there is an analog for the dollar, which is pretty much tied to the value of the dollar, kind of, sort of. So it's always stable.
Right. Interesting. Yeah. Very interesting, and my brain hurts. So well done. You is a smart cookie to be working in crypto stuff. La 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 la.
Yeah. To be honest, after like 3 years almost, I don't think I know that much.
Well, we will swiftly move on then.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, well, our next question is, what made you laugh recently?
Well, I kind of laughed with you guys recently, and then I laugh every day. Love, I
Nice.
guess, love, whatever. But I have two situations that I would like to share.
Yes.
So one
Cool.
of them is actually to do with job searches and stuff. I was recently contacted in LinkedIn by a headhunter. Obviously, for me, that's like, ooh, I'm so fancy, you know?
Popular?
And yeah, like I'm a popular girl. Oh my God. Uh, and then she said, like, oh, we have a position. Could this be interesting for you for another crypto firm? Very similar position. And I thought, it doesn't hurt to interview. So I come to the interview and I asked them obviously what's going on, how the company is, blah blah blah, all of that. And then she says, "Oh, you have to come into office every single day." I'm sorry, I've been spoiled, by this work from home thing.
Yeah.
And I ask, okay, so where is the office? And it's on the other side of town, and it would take me like an hour and a half one way.
Ugh.
And she says, okay, so you have to be in the office for 9 hours. There is this program that tracks everything that you do on your laptop. For me, that's a red flag. That's like ding, 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 ding. Nope.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big Brother much?
Yeah, it's like micromanagement. Nah.
Yes.
And I ask, okay, what is your range? What is the salary? And she goes, oh, we don't really have one. It's basically the management makes the decision based on your skills. I'm like, okay, red flag number two. Or three rather. Anyways, I have a talk with her and we say our goodbyes. She calls me the next day and she goes, okay, would you like to, do one more interview with the company and everything? By then I thought, okay, it's going to take me about 14 hours a day to get ready, to get to work, to be in the office, to get back, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not going to have a life. Whenever a company doesn't give their range, it's quite often to do with, we don't talk about our money. So, it's quite shady.
Yeah.
Right. And then I also looked in their LinkedIn. Women were only in the HR positions. I don't mind working with men because most of my team is men. But this it just sounded, I don't know. It just, there's this something.
It didn't feel right.
Yeah. Anyway, so I told her, I mean, thank you for the offer, but at this moment, I would like to, reject the offer. And she asked why, and I said, well, I'm not ready to commit 14 hours of my day to this. And so I thought this was done. The weekend passes, Monday comes, and I receive a message from her that says, the company has decided to terminate the process of interviewing with you.
Okay.
That way.
Yeah, I was like, okay. It sounded like this toxic boyfriend that was like, it wasn't you who rejected me. It was me who rejected you.
Yeah, I break up with you first.
Yeah, that was, I don't know, it just made me so happy for some reason.
You made the right choice.
I did. Another thing is, I'm very sorry if I'm very loud at drinking. People have told me.
Well, that's something for our ASMR fans, so thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
If we have any. But
yeah, the second one is, maybe you guys heard that, the menstrual cramps are sometimes the same in effectiveness and pain levels as a heart attack.
What?
I heard some. Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Like some women don't understand that they're having a heart attack because the period cramps are pretty much as bad.
Wow.
Yeah, so the other day, I don't know, some sort of anxiety kicked in. It was horrendous, and I'm hearing my heart just go nuts. And then there's like, I'm starting to feel this like tiny little bit of pain radiating to my left arm. And like, I'm only 33. I shouldn't be. Is this a heart attack?
Is it?
Is it? But it's so weak. It's nothing like purity cramps.
And I'm so young and beautiful.
I'm so young. It wasn't, obviously, but there's this thing when you think about all of these things and you're like, Is it? Could it
Oh my-
be?
Now I'm
But then
gonna
you-
start thinking like that. I'm gonna start thinking.
No.
I'm very sorry.
It's all good. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
But you okay now? You okay?
Yeah.
oh,
I'm cool. It's just sometimes you just need to feel this anxiety from time to time to reassert the fact that you're so alive in this
Yeah.
world that you
yes.
just can't.
And a long way still ahead. So that actually brings me to the next question that we usually ask, which is
Yeah.
what type of things are in your like okay, we sometimes say bucket list, and some people don't agree with that because that means that you're gonna kick the bucket and die. Or like, let's say aspirations list then. More
I
positive.
like the bucket list. Nobody says that you have to finish your bucket list. Like you just keep on
True.
writing it and writing it.
That is so true.
Actually, this year I started my own little list of my first experiences that happened specifically this year.
Right?
So I can look back at it at the end of the year and be like, oh, I've done so much, even of things that I didn't think I would do.
Nice.
So being on a podcast is also my first experience.
Yay. Happy to
But the
oblige.
most- Thank you. So it's like one thing of a bucket list. But
There we go.
speaking of big things, I want to publish my book.
Wow. So have you
Yeah.
written it, or are you like in the process?
I'm in a process. So basically, what I want to do is write like 2 books. One of them is sort of a retrospective of certain experiences that I've had with mental health and life. Because, I mean, there's a lot of people like me, I would assume, who might find some sort of help and inspiration, or I just have a giggle at certain dark jokes that I make because that's how you
Yes.
cope. And the second one is basically horror fairy tales.
Horror
Oh.
fairy.
Yeah.
I hope they're both in English because I want to read
Yeah.
them.
Yes. I mean, English is my primary language still. It's easier for me to write in English. And also, like, I don't know if it's a talent as such, but I can create any character at any specific moment in time. It's usually a human, but I don't know, something triggers me. I'm like, okay, name, they have a surname, they have what they look like, they have their, I don't know, job or whatever it is. Just
Creative
recently,
mind.
Yeah.
I looked, since Friday of last week, we've had fog every single day except for Sunday, every single day. And I created this new character who was like Igor the Fogger.
The what now?
Fogger.
The Fogger. Igor the Fogger. He used to be an accountant, and now what he does is he's an event manager for Russian weddings specifically, and he really likes those suits that are, like silvery, kind of metallic, that were very popular back in 2000s in the Russian circles.
Well. Very specific, yeah.
Yes.
And what is the fogger like? Is it his like superpower? Does he fog everything?
No. It's just basically, I mean, the Fogger is just the translation of his surname. So his name is in Russian, so Igor Tumanets.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just felt like, using that word and kind of like, so basically he's a fogger.
Talking of which, how many languages do you speak?
Well, Latvian, English, Russian, the basic sets, a little bit of Finnish. Sometimes I switch to Scottish, depends. A bit of French. I understand Ukrainian, I understand Belarusian. And I recently started learning German.
And what
Oh, and a bit of Spanish, and I also kind of tried to touch on Portuguese.
And what like what nationality would you say you are? What would you like identify with the most?
To be honest, I think it's like Central European something. I wouldn't say which specifically, but I do relate to the Dutch quite a lot. I mean, a lot of people said that they're rude and direct and stuff. There's a difference between rudeness and directness. I would say that I'm quite straightforward as well. I'm also fairly loud.
Do you have any Dutch blood in you?
No, I don't actually. I did a DNA test. Have you guys done those?
No, but Dolce, our dog, has done one, and she's a certified. She's a mutt, they said you can get the money back. But have you done it then?
So she's a certified dog.
Yeah, she's a dog.
Yes, well, basically, I'm a mutt too. So
Okay.
I've done it because I really, really wanted to know what's going on there. Obviously, there's a lot of Russian blood, a lot of Ukrainian blood, a lot of Udmurt blood. Udmurt is this. If
Good
you
morning,
guys know
yeah.
this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I'm that. So I'm kind of close to you guys, kind of, sort of,
Yeah.
in a really weird way.
Fair.
Plus, which was quite an interesting thing for me is, first thing is that apparently I have some bloods from the Germans that kind of teleported. I don't have no idea why I use that word, but immigrated to Russia in the 19th century or something. They lived next to Volga, the river. So there's some of that, some German blood. And what was the most interesting to me is that I have Inuit blood.
Ooh,
like
that is
somewhere
interesting.
really, really, really far
Yeah.
away. And I thought it was like, like it's just like a couple of percent, nothing crazy. Until my coworker said, "Oh yeah, I have like 1.5%." And I look at him like, "Well, doesn't everyone?" He goes, "No, no, no, no. Like everyone thinks that they're Jewish, they're not, and now apparently everyone thinks that they're Inuit, they're not." So he had that whatever percent. I look at him, I'm like, "Oh, I own you, bitch."
Ooh.
I'm
Words are
2%.
spoken.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Cool. Very cool. I think that brings us to our next question. Not really, not very logically. Which is
Smooth.
the award goes to.
Oh, yes.
So you have a
Riga. The
Okay.
award goes to Riga because what they say is that you need 20 minutes of sunlight today. Riga, the perfect city that has all the clouds and all the fog in the world to meet your mental health needs.
So that's a sarcastic award, is it?
Oh no, this is very sincere.
Yeah. What's the category?
Sarcasm and mental health.
Best city in the world?
Best city in the world.
Gotcha.
For mental health.
And how would it look like, that award?
Thundercloud.
Kind of, a little bit, but one of those very sad thunderclouds. Thunderclouds are fun and nice, and they're like bursting with life and thunder and electricity and possibly a bit of death. But this cloud is just like, it's there. It goes like, blub.
Yeah. Hey, it was your choice and absolutely fair enough.
It's valid.
And it's valid. We haven't had an award for a whole city before, so that's
that's a first.
Yeah,
another first for you.
Exactly.
That's a first for you guys.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, actually, yeah.
And to finish off with that part is a totally random question, which is, what's the ugliest outfit you have ever worn?
Oh, come on. We all lived through the 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Did we?
But we don't have to share, you have to.
I sometimes to this day, I think, how the hell did I go to school in a tiny wife beater with a red bra underneath and a shortest fucking schoolgirl skirt?
Did you?
What a hussy!
I don't really have it. I don't have the picture of it anywhere, thank God. But I used to do this in winter in Helsinki in -25.
Cold.
That is cold.
Yeah, I was 15. I didn't feel the cold. We were not built to feel the cold yet at that age.
No, absolutely fair enough. I wouldn't even say, if I picture it, it's not the ugliest, but like sluttiest, right? But it's
kind of, in terms of ugliest, it's just none of it worked together. It's like a wife beater, and I weighed like maybe 45 kilos, which is, I was like stick thin.
Yeah.
So what was I trying to show off exactly?
The sticks.
The sticks, yes, and like a red bra. Come on, man. Cool.
So I take it your school didn't have a uniform.
No, of course not. Of course not.
No.
A friend of mine.
Neither did ours.
one day that she would wear like also the shortest skirts and stockings, so you can actually see the, the little bit of skin between the stocking and the skirt. It was a weird time.
Eesh.
It was a weird time.
Yeah. Anyway, swiftly moving on.
Yes, thank you.
Lastly, what we want to know is, because obviously we're up like for people like, shouting out about the businesses they know, like small businesses.
Yeah.
Obviously, it doesn't have to be like Scottish at all. It could be, from Latvia or wherever. So do you have anything? I know that you have because we spoke about it earlier. So do go ahead and we can tag them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, it could be interesting even for the Scottish people, maybe. If you're into like pagan stuff or, kind of like Baltic stuff, there is a nice little shop that's called Zeemermeita. Zeemermeita means Nordic daughter, basically. And what they do is household linen, maybe some, kitchen items. But what I got for myself was incense sticks, which are made with pine. Some of them are lavender, some of them are chamomile. And they have like this awesome, like, what do they call? First of all, they have buckwheat pillows and weighted masks for the eyes. So you can like lie down, just put it on. And it's also infused with chamomile or lavender, whichever it is. And you can order from them too. So the chamomile one, I got one for myself. Oh my God. I basically lay down, I put that thing with the buckwheat, and it just, I don't know, it feels so relaxing.
I need that.
It's really awesome and it smells nice.
And what was it called again? Because I'm going to attempt to pronounce.
Ziemel.
Meita.
Meita?
Anyway, you need to message and we can then tag them.
Yes, yes, of course.
Well, any other
languages are so different.
Fair enough.
Huh?
I mean, Estonia and Latvian are so different. It's so weird that we're in like the neighboring countries.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Any others to shout out about?
Maybe, I don't know, actually, like this one, I kind of focused on it because I've been kind of obsessed with it a little bit recently. It's just, I can go to it every single day and just like spend my money and I just feel happy. I don't know, I guess it's...
Hey, absolutely fair enough. I'm gonna go and check them out as well. I hope they ship like internationally as well. If anybody's interested.
I think they should, yeah.
Really good.
Like I'm always kind of trying to see which shops also sell like amber salt kind of thing that they use for rituals. I think it's also something that would use in Estonia as well. I mean, it's obviously it's not like witchcraft stuff, but it's cool
Or
for,
ritual?
like even for like pagan weddings, so to speak, like traditional. Let's put it this way. Or they just like to put it into the fire and it does something. But it's one of the things that they do for weddings, I guess.
We do have a lot of amber in both of our countries and Lithuania as well. So all the Baltic states have. So that's really cool.
But I've never heard about amber salts.
Yeah, never.
Well, maybe it's not the salt, but I think it was amber salt or something along those lines.
I need to Google that out.
It could be.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, because we are running out of time in Zoom, but other video conferencing places are available. Thank you so much for dialing in all the way from Riga, Latvia.
Yeah.
It's a different continent, but thank you for having me.
And we will go and post the tag for Ziemelababidi.
Okay, I'll text you that one.
Yes, please do. But thank you so much for the interview. We'll finish it there and I can stop recording. So bye, Marija.
Hello. You have reached our voicemail. Please leave your positive message after the beep. Beep. Only kidding, I'm still here. Anyway, call us back. So this time for my positive news, I can't remember why I stumbled upon this website, but it is from Mental Health Ireland. So it's called 5 Ways to Wellbeing, and most of you you know that that's the things that would make you feel better, but sometimes you just kind of have to like hear somebody smarter than you, like me, telling you
Wow.
what to do for your mental health. Again, me and Ulla are not trained psychotherapists or anything like that.
Counselors.
Yes, but it's just a friendly advice, some information. So first, the website actually mentions on what is well-being. So yeah, it's just feeling good about yourself and the world around you and functioning well in everyday life. Obviously, because of COVID, because of various things right now happening in the world, mental health overall has taken a hit. I certainly know that I sometimes struggle. I know Ola, you do. Everybody does on a lesser or more extent. That's English. There we go. So I'll just read out what the 5 things are that, according to this website and a lot of other websites, could help you have a better mental health, I guess, or like just help you feel more positive. Okay?
Cool.
So first thing, we all know, connect. So connect with people around you, with family, friends, colleagues, neighbors. So I actually also recently heard a very interesting podcast episode by Mel Robinson. And she said that there's this study, like American Time study, that shows how much in our lives we spend with people. And it obviously, like, for example, with your parents and siblings, after the age of 18, it drastically drops and it plateaus at the age of 21, and it doesn't go up until you do something about it. That wasn't shocking, obviously, because people move away from home. The shocking part was that actually the most we spend time in our lives are with our co-workers. And then I straight away thought, thank goodness where we work, people are fun and nice, because we've all had workplaces where it's just bad vibes, bad juju. So, you know, if you're not happy where you are work-wise, those people that you spend, 40 hours together, like 37, something like that, choose where you work. Like you need to feel good. So yeah, connecting with people, which is something that I do really badly, is that I go to work, then I come home, and then I don't want to see anybody.
Same here, all peopled out.
Exactly. So
friends are kind of on the back burner.
Yes, sorry friends.
So sorry.
We'll do our best. And
we're always happy to see our friends. It's just the organizing bit.
Yeah.
Like, it's just kind of like,
but that
no
teaches,
motivation.
Well, that was not eye-opening, because I know that that's what they always say, that, you know, connecting with friends is very important, or family. But yeah, if you haven't reached out for your to your loved ones now,
do it.
Pause the podcast and do it. And we should do the same. The second bit, again, you know this, be active. So don't have to run every morning. Just step outside. Like today, honestly, it helped my mental health so much. Just walking when it was sunny. Obviously in Aberdeen, like Aberdeenshire, it's not always sunny. You know, some other countries are maybe boast with more sunshine during the year, but hey ho, make the best of it. Discover a physical activity you enjoy and which suits your daily schedule. I do exercise in the mornings. I wake up at 6:40. I do 20 minutes, let's say, or so. Sometimes yoga, sometimes weights, sometimes I like run. So, you know, sometimes I dance salsa. I dance salsa in the kitchen using YouTube videos of salsa and stuff.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, and Zumba. So how stupid does that look? I don't care.
You can start even like small. Even like go out for a walk on your lunch break or something. Or
that's something I should do.
Yeah, like stand up from behind of your computer and walk. Take the stairs rather than a lift or something.
Yeah. So you know this. Everybody knows this.
Yeah.
So the third one was take notice. So be aware of the world around you. Be curious. Catch sight of the beautiful. We've talked about glimmers, that they are like the daily moments where you're like, things are good, which is the opposite of triggers. So, you know, notice the changing seasons, the website says. Or even like if you're eating, like just eat like mindfully. Yeah, so pay attention and be in the present moment, which is another thing that I need to do more of. So I'm with you there.
Or like when I'm walking home, I sometimes am on autopilot, but I should be kind of really looking around, like, obviously within reason, like safety first, but like look into the sky, like, there's birds and things like that.
Yeah, there's actually, it's a proven scientific fact that if you look upwards, it helps make you feel more positive in a weird way, rather than looking downwards makes you feel more bit more like serious, pessimistic. It's a weird thing, but yeah, if you look up towards the edges of the like trees or like the clouds, it apparently makes you feel good. So look up to the sky. The fourth thing was keep learning. So try something new, or rediscover an old interest. Ola, I don't know if you mind me saying that you are obviously, you have a sewing machine at home and you're signed up to do a course soon, which is cool, like a little side hobby thing. So that's very cool. We've obviously started doing the roller skating a couple of years ago after COVID. COVID, and that was fun. So setting yourself a new challenge and learning a new skill that will increase your confidence, and that would in turn improve your mental health and well-being.
And lifelong learning helps to keep your brain active as well.
Absolutely.
It's good for like physical health as well.
Yeah. So and yeah, you would feel like, oh, I've done something like that.
Yeah,
that's
accomplishment.
Cool. Yeah. You know what? Time will pass anyway. So in 6 months' time, if you start today, with whatever activity you do, even if you do it like 5 minutes a day or an hour a week, you will be that much better. But 6 minutes will pass anyway. So if you don't do it, nothing will really change.
Well, there's a saying like in 6 months' time, you might have 6 months worth of excuses or 6 months worth of progress.
Yeah, even an hour a week. You know what I mean? So yeah, I like writing. So that's my like thing that I do and I need to do more of. So yeah, I am also not perfect. I need to also do things. And the last thing is give. So give to others. So it doesn't have to be money, because money is not something that everybody has lots of. Obviously, times are hard, but even time. So, or even do something nice, like pay a person a compliment, or say like someone like, you know what, you're doing really well. Or yeah, you can join a community group even. So if you, and your happiness, if you see it linked to the wider community, it can be incredibly rewarding and create connectedness with the people around you. So what were the 5 things, Ulla? Did you pay attention?
Also, funnily, recently I have actually explained the similar stuff to other people who have been struggling with their mental health or like well-being in general. It is made up of a lot of different little bits, like taking care of your physical health, like walking or something. Giving back, one of them. As you said.
Yeah, giving back was another one, yeah.
Mindfulness, like noticing things around you, having like good things to do, friendships or relationships.
Connectedness, that's the 4th one.
I can't remember one other one, but I know like taking care of your sleep and
learning,
diet,
keep learning. But yes, sleep is also very important. That could be the 6th thing. It affects you a lot.
And trying to eat properly.
It's all connected. It's like if you spend 8 hours watching TV, eating crisps, and then feel sluggish, it's like doi. But if you if you eat things that nourish your body, and like porridge in the morning instead of like not having breakfast, although people do different things.
New hobbies. You mentioned new hobbies.
Yeah, that was the 5th thing I said. Yeah. So that's some of the things that you could do. So I thought I'd just like list them here, because I'm super expert in stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mentalhealthireland.ie if you want to go and read up more about it.
Nice, thanks.
Books and music, join us for it if you choose it. Books and music, one more time. Books and music, and yeah.
Books and music. Laura, book time.
Time. You can go first.
Nice one, okay. At first I want to say that recently I have been listening to audiobooks, because I'm sure I've already kind of told people about it, that for some reason, no matter how interesting the book is, they make me sleep. So I don't really get too far with reading books. So funny. I love books, but like, yeah, it's just, my eyes just close.
I go sleepy. And
yeah, they do. Yeah. No, so sometimes I just listen to audiobooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the audiobooks don't make you feel sleepy.
No.
Weird.
Like, because I'm maybe walking or something, like, like...
Well, yeah.
I don't do other activities because otherwise then I can't get into the plot.
Yeah.
Or like maybe washing dishes because that's like very boring activity, and then I listen to the book. But yeah, it's just it helps. Like audiobooks is a very good invention. So this next book I actually listened, not read.
Okay. Well,
And it's
still
called
counts.
The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of the Window and Disappeared. It's by a Swedish author, Jonas Jonasson. I think that's how you pronounce it because it's kind of written like Jonas Jonasson, but Jonas Jonasson, I think.
I don't know.
So yeah, it's about Alan, who is about to celebrate his 100th birthday, and his retirement home is planning a party for him. But Alan doesn't really care, like he's not interested, and he climbs out of the window and, you guessed it, disappears. So a comical and unexpected journey ensues, and it is partly kind of intertwined with his past. Like there's stories about his past where he's visited different countries and met different famous and maybe not so famous people, and like lessons he has learned. But the story in the present time is also very interesting. Like it's a bit of like a crime or detective story as well. So yeah, I would recommend everybody to maybe give it a try.
That actually sounds really interesting. And the author? Who's the author?
Jonas Jonasson.
Oh yeah,
I had a whole bit about it.
Yeah, sorry. Oh my god, my memory is so bad. I feel like there's a movie by that name. Like it's been
Perhaps.
adapted to a movie. I feel like I've seen a very similar movie,
Some
like advert ages
info
ago.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Very
Okay.
cool.
What would you like to introduce?
So I recently finished a book called The Curator by M.W. Craven, who is, so it's Mike W. Craven, is an English crime writer, and there is like what he says is the Washington Poe series. So there's a series of books that are all with the same two main characters. So
Are you gonna read all of them?
No, not at all. The one that I have, The Curator, I think is the third one, but it's like a standalone. You can read it as a standalone book as well. So it's a crime novel, and it's so the Washington Poe is a sergeant with a serious crime analysis section, and then there's Tilly Bradshaw, and she's a socially awkward and brutally honest colleague of Washington Poe, who's like an older guy. So it basically starts with like Christmas time, and then in 3 different locations, completely random places. Like one is in an office party. Somebody finds in their secret Santa present like 3 severed fingers in a mug.
Oh, actually, yeah. Don't spoil it too much
No.
because I started reading it.
Yeah, no,
and I was at that bit.
Yeah. So that's the only thing I can say, and then it obviously quickly becomes clear that is a like not a serial killer per se. It's there's a person behind all of this, obviously. So they very interestingly show how they have to like put pieces together like and try to catch the guy.
Okay.
So usually I'm not like one for like crime novels. I'm not like, it's not my like favorite genre, but this one I did enjoy reading, and yeah, so that's my one.
Awesome.
What about music?
So I'd like to introduce to you an Estonian group.
Oh.
Lonitsera.
Oh, I've heard of them.
We actually saw them on an Estonian show when we were back home
Yeah.
over Christmas.
Yeah.
I think the actual name means like a flower. When I was like googling it, I think it's a flower, a type of flower because Lonitsera something is like in Latin is a
Okay.
kind of flower. It's Estonian alternative pop group, which was formed in 2019. I didn't realize that. So
Okay.
yeah, like pandemic-ish time.
Yeah, ish.
The group itself and their fans really struggle to describe their style, but the few phrases that are on their website say that it's like a dramatic indie jazz pop
Okay.
And humor with good bass line. It's quite whimsical, and one of the songs that I was listening to recently is Pole tahtmist, so it's loosely translated to I don't want to. And the lyrics are quite they accurately describe sometimes my mood.
Okay.
I just don't want to. So yeah, so maybe if you, yeah, it's even worth listening to just because of the tune itself, or like the whimsical melody.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Very nice. So all of their songs, you would just say like the band?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to say the band, but also then the song Pole tahtmist.
Pole tahtmist, yeah. Okay.
So,
Cool.
but yeah, what are you listening to?
So all the way from America, there's a band called Beer Ghost, and I don't. I actually am annoyed now because that's really hard for me to pronounce.
Oh yeah, bear.
Bear. So it's bear the animal, Bear Ghost.
Okay.
And especially their song Star Killer, although they have other good songs obviously as well. They are a trio, and they will describe their music as adventure rock.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So then I've heard of like the Star Killer song obviously before and some other songs, and then I listened to it again for this podcast episode to just see like, you know, and what the lyrics are and stuff, and I was like, oh okay, so it's talking about the Star Killer and, you know, come over to the dark side and we can walk the sky, and I was like, oh, what a nice, you know, obviously a boy singing about a girl coming over to the dark side, and then Paul was like, no, it's actually about Star Wars. And it's clearly aimed at
Sci-fi.
Anakin Skywalker.
Okay.
So then I went over the lyrics again. It's like, yes, quite, yeah, that makes
Your
sense.
eyes were open.
Yeah. So listen to the song Star Killer, and I know that in Spotify you can just scroll down when the song plays and it shows you the lyrics, and it makes sense that it is indeed about Anakin Skywalker.
How did you stumble upon them?
I think Paul knew about them, like found out about them from Spotify and told me about it, and then yeah, I quite like them. They're
Your cup of tea.
yeah. So if you listen to the Star Killer, it's you can tell why it's called adventure rock, because some of the bits sound like one type of rock, and then it goes into this little like riff bit, or I don't know how to even call it, that sounds a lot like Queen, like off beat, the playing with like rhythm and like, you know, like the what's it called?
Experimenting or
Yeah. So almost like operatic for a second.
Ah.
So have a listen. We'll post it on our Insta at some point. This
Will do.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's me.
Nice. Ula's fun facts about animals. So, Dolce.
What is Laura up to?
What's my best pal been up to?
So I'm a bit okay, actually.
Okay.
You mean Dolce, I know. So recently, she's had it before all the time. But recently her bum was smelling fishy again, and we know that that's yep. So dogs sometimes have that, apparently, that their anal glands, I don't know, get backed up or something. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that she's so cheeky that she sometimes doesn't poo in the evening, and then it kind of like is inside her, and sometimes she just needs a good right good poo, and it would take care of the fishy bum smells. And
I
that's
sort of regret asking. Thanks. I mean, dogs are wonderful.
Fishy Bum Bum.
Nice. Okay, so I have some itsy bitsy fun facts about
Animals.
hedgehogs.
Oh.
So February the 2nd was National Hedgehog Day here in UK.
Oh.
It's similarly to Groundhog Day in North America. It's I think the same day. But why that day?
Do tell.
So scientists noted that male hibernating animals such as, like hedgehogs and some others, tend to pop out their dens in early February to see how things are going. Like sniffing the air. And like, if they sense that spring is near, they scamper off to wake their female counterparts to begin mating. Hubba hubba.
Dirty.
But however, if things still look bleak, they settle for a few more weeks of hibernation.
Oh.
Yep. So the ancient Romans relied on hedgehogs to determine if spring was coming soon. For that reason,
So did they set up camp near their like?
I didn't
places?
really do a deep dive into it.
Okay.
But yeah, so while animals obviously don't have any psychic abilities, scientists have observed that compared to humans, animals are much more attuned to the earth, obviously.
Of course. Yeah, that's not shocking.
And they are much more sensitive to changes in the air and ground.
Aye.
And are therefore more likely to sense in advance if winter is staying or leaving. So yeah.
I feel like that sometimes, that in the morning I want to be like, no.
Better not. Yeah.
Couple more weeks.
So the simple idea is that the more hibernating animals you see at this time, the higher the likelihood that spring is nearing. So have you seen any hedgehogs? Or...
You know what? No.
Yeah, same. Yeah. So maybe a few more weeks of...
But to be honest, I never see them really because they
That's
just
true.
are not coming into our garden.
So I think we've come to a natural place for me to ask, do you know what's the collective noun for hedgehogs?
Prickly bunch.
You're very close.
Needle, bunch of needles.
No, it's actually like the
Ouchie,
first one you were
ouchies.
kind of...
I don't know.
Very humorous, yeah. 5+.
What is it?
It's a prickle.
Oh, is it actually a prickle?
Yeah, it is a prickle.
Oh.
And although one barely sees them in a group, as they are quite solitary animals, they have a collective noun. Prickle. One last fact is quite interesting, but I'm not going to go too much into it. Is European hedgehogs, they are largely immune to, or like have ability to resist snake venom.
Ooh.
Because they hunt snakes as well, and their digestive system, or like the blood, is resistant or like copes with the venom.
Oh, that's so gross.
But yeah.
That they would even hunt. I don't want to even picture that at all.
Such is life, though. But yeah, also obviously, they're a prickle. Like they're a little prixicles. So that also helps them to survive. But
very cool. Good to know.
You've been listening to Glass Half Full. Hope it added something positive to your day.
Please follow us on Instagram at classhalf.full or email us at classhalf.full@gmail.com.
We're now also on Facebook.
We've been the Klaas twins, and we will be back again next month with more positive vibes.
Namaste.
No, namaste in bed.
Oh. Oh well.
Oh.
Sorry. But ASMR fans would love that sneeze.